Kalani, bro.
Kalani. And welcome to the NXT recap as we watching it with you live. We watching it with you live. Um, Lola
Jada
Vice.
Parker, Jasmine Nix. Jada got the win, but she got beat down.
Man. What they talking about? That's your petty little drama.
Kalani.
Mm. Mm.
Kalani's the most fighting champion WWE got right now.
It's pretty close. Her and Obafemi, man. Oba had a fight tonight too. The two North American champions. I think they got something like, hey, they probably made a pact in the back, like, hey, we gonna.
Nah, look, Hunter making them work.
That's Sean down there. That's
They the
Sean
same.
down there.
Hunter, Hurst Helmsley, and Shawn Michaels the same person.
I don't know, man. I remember when Sean got jumped by them dudes over in Syracuse, bro. That boy was out there. Wow.
They best friends, so yeah, they similar. Last man
What up?
standing. Pete Dunne, Trick Williams next week. Crazy.
That's gonna be crazy.
Jordan Grace doing a TNA Open Challenge on NXT. I think I heard that right. That's crazy.
That's
The Rascals is the #1 contenders for the NXT Tag Team Champs.
it's TB having it popping. I don't know what people be thinking going
And
on here.
Javion Evans.
Yeah, he got that Heritage Cup.
Heritage Cup
Charlie
match. So
Dempsey.
that's the thing about NXT. They set up their weekly shows very well.
Very well. Even when they forget the storyline, you just like,
You think
I bet you
Julie
it's gonna
about
be
to
great
come out?
action.
You think Julie about to lay out Roxanne?
Yeah, I think there's gonna be some contact, some furniture moving on this one. We ain't seen none at No Mercy, but I think tonight it's gonna be somebody gonna get the taste. Roxanne always get hit though. She always seems
How
like she
tall
loses
is
the.
she?
That's a good question. I would like to know. If I had to guess, but man, my guess could be totally off. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't even matter.
She gotta be 5'1".
I was thinking 5'2", so maybe I'm not too far off because you said 5'1". I think 5'2", somewhere in there. She might be
She's
4'11" for all we know.
tiny.
I'm not Roxanne. I'm not sick of seeing you, Roxanne. Your matches be fire.
Hey, you old enough to remember this? Roxanne, I want to be your man.
Man, hey, she talking a little spicy right now.
No main
She must
event,
have
no main event to close the show, but we definitely getting
no.
Julia tonight. Julia's about to make her WWE official
Yeah,
debut.
yeah. She's not even acknowledging Julie right now. She's talking about Oscar. I'm smashing your record.
What if Oscar showed up?
If Oscar showed up,
Yeah,
it'd be great for NXT.
that'd be crazy. Because I
Might
don't
blow the
know how
roof off
far
that,
I don't know how far her recovery from surgery she is.
bro. They don't even really mention her on Raw too much either.
They don't mention. I mentioned Oscar. They don't mention Charlotte Flair. They don't mention Alexa Bliss. I don't even know if Alexa Bliss is coming back to the WWE after she had a baby.
She was on a production truck not too long ago. It was a Chad Gable. I remember I seen her.
Yeah, it was a
On a
little
truck.
little Y6 Easter egg type deal.
Yeah, because that's kind of crazy. Like, he's involved with the Y6, and then we saw her face on the production truck. So Roxanne Perez getting busy. Roxanne Perez.
You see
Roxanne.
the news
Roxanne.
about Buddy, huh?
I ain't laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing. I don't even know why I'm laughing, to be honest with you, because
He just got out of some shit though, right back into some more shit. So
and they dropped him fast as hell too. They dropped him.
I don't know if y'all
Y'all
wanted
know
to
who we
get
talking
into it.
about.
There's not much to get into, but
Odyssey Jones, who we talking about. We put that video up yesterday. Go check out that video. We didn't know no detail. We still don't technically know details, but the rumor is he was released due to a domestic violence assault of some sort,
Uh-oh.
allegedly, hypothetically,
Lights out.
possibly. So, yeah, they said he fired. The word "fired" keep getting used.
Chelsea
We got
Green.
Chelsea Green.
And she's by herself. No Piper Niven. Chelsea about to get laid out by Julia. Chelsea Green is so good, bro. They don't even know how good she is.
Why did she come off of SmackDown? And now that you just mentioned Piper Niven, why I ain't seen them in a minute? They just vanished. Bash of Berlin, no, Clash at the Castle.
Julia's gonna attack Chelsea. This is gonna set up Chelsea and Julia. Julia's gonna be Chelsea. Because no way Julia's first match is gonna be Roxanne.
I think it's like a 5% chance it could be, but you're right. I think
Can't be.
give her somebody first to build that excitement. That just makes that, yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Chelsea Green
And
is.
the CW is coming. Not this week. This coming week is the last NXT on this network, USA.
Yeah, so
And
they're building that. They want to have a good CW. I don't know why they wouldn't wait to put Trick Williams in them on that, because the last man standing
So
on
no,
free
that's next
TV.
week. The winner of that match goes against Ethan Page for the title on that CW show. So we may be getting Trick Williams.
I think Trick and Pete would be a last man standing. That's a much bigger draw.
I think that's a match, period. Here we
Oh,
go.
here we go.
She in the building, y'all.
It's Sting.
Hey, NXT be on that old WWE Attitude Raw going over the time limits. I'm like, it's 10:05. SmackDown be off the air exactly on the dot, but not NXT.
There she go.
She's sexy as hell.
This is like Italian and Japanese or something. It's a hell of a combination.
Yo,
it's a hell of a dinner too. The hibachi
with
lasagna on the side.
You said hibachi with lasagna on the top? Yo, that's how they eating?
No, I think she's Italian and Japanese.
Oh yeah.
I said that's a hell of a mixture, and I said that's a pretty good dinner too. A little hibachi with lasagna on the side. A little gnocchi, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, my man just putting meals together. Yo, if y'all out there meal prepping, get the Archie cookbook. You know what I'm saying? We combining cultures and different, making a smorgasbord of ideas.
Well, my mom's a chef, and Mrs. Carter's Italian, so I'm surprised I ain't 350 over here.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't like Gamage. Gamage had that hot dog water in his Slurpee the other day. I know y'all seen it. I was getting on that boy. He has it.
And that big gulp.
Yeah, hot dog water. I'm just playing. He ain't had no hot dog water in this joint.
Oh.
Damn, laid her out smooth.
Chelsea Green is so good. Like in ring on the character she plays, she is so good. But I hope she doesn't get stuck in that. R-Truth was talking about that. He said he feels like
she already is.
He said he feel like he's stuck in that character. But if you know anything about Ryan Killings in TNA,
world champ.
That's like Austin Creed, aka Xavier Woods in TNA.
I know. She said something about CW. What she said?
That's all she said. Hey.
Try to take a couple screenshots. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me turn this joint off because whatever's coming on next is none of my concern. I don't care. I don't know how to turn this shit off.
She is 5'1". It says Roxanne Perez is 5'1", which means she's probably actually 5 feet tall.
That's cool. That's crazy. 5 feet and giving out ass.
She cannot get in the ring with Nia Jax. She cannot get in the ring with Jade Carter. But that size difference is normally in wrestling you can kind of escape it, but that's a little too big of a difference.
I'm gonna Google how
she can't get in the ring and realistically win, even if you suspend belief how we do in wrestling. Well, Rey Mysterio did beat like Kane, Mark Henry, and Great Khali in one match
I'm
or
about
something.
to say, hold up, time out. On the male side of the house, we have seen. I mean, it's funny, right? We've watched Algie Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart. They're both 6'1", 6 foot, but
And
they've both beaten
you
the
rolling the clip,
Undertaker
or we just
easily.
gonna get right into it?
Oh no, I'm about to roll the
I
clip,
didn't
but
even think we was doing the show after last night. Hey, if you missed last night's recap, it almost became a fatal four-way between Zeta Dropout, DNA, DRG Carter, and King HP. We was about to scrap. So if you didn't
yo,
see
it
that,
was.
if you didn't see last night's Raw recap, I'm gonna save you the trouble. Fast forward to probably the last 30, 40 minutes.
I'm gonna put some timestamps on it tomorrow
It's
afternoon.
cool. Roll that
This
footage. We're gonna get right into it, man. Add it to Ever Podcast. NXT recap starts now.
shit.
Or now.
I done lost. It's there. It's right there. I done lost it for a
Now.
split second though.
Man.
This is DNA, and y'all checking out my show Top 5. You got a top 5? I got a top 5. But let's see whose top 5 is better. Good night. Good night.
Brr. It's cold food with the Archie Carter. A wrestling match, a return, a battle, something that you were looking forward to because you knew it was going to be hot. And when you got it, well, it wasn't. That's cold food, and I'm here to talk about it. It's cold food with the Archie Carter. Hey, waiter, this cold.
King HP, and here we're gonna look at wrestlers that couldn't get the job done. We're gonna look at it. Why didn't they win? What happened? And because it's near fall, we're gonna see if we can get them some gold. Remember, the referee's decision is final.
And we back. You heard NXT recap. I am the Archie Carter, the Southeast mouthpiece. Follow me on all social media at the Archie Carter. That's King HP. Attitude Era Podcast. NXT just went off the air, so that means we are in your ear holes and your eye holes. And we just saw the main event. We saw the show close. Julia has officially arrived in NXT, and this is one of the biggest signings in a long time, other than Stephanie. They kind of got signed around the same time.
I'm about to say they damn near the same time. Like
So,
Kobe and Shaq when they came to the Lakers. It was like, well, Kobe
and
was a
Julia
rookie.
said CW. I think we're getting Roxanne Perez and Julia in 2 weeks when NXT debuts on the CW. And we're getting a lot in next week alone. So CW show is damn like they're building up to a pay-per-view. I'm done saying
They want to
PLE. I'm officially not saying
make
PLE. I'm done.
But
It's a pay-per-view.
they definitely building it to be big because again, Ethan on the CW show, the brand new one, not next Tuesday is the last one on this network USA. The week after.
HP done froze on me. Uh-oh. We gonna see if he pop back in, people. I don't know. Let's give it a little time. Maybe I'm froze. Oh, he's frozen. Somebody's frozen. But if I leave, he come back. I don't know. I'm just gonna talk. That's all I'm gonna do. Yeah, NXT was a good show tonight. We had a lot of building up to what's to come. Matter of fact, let me check the live feed on Twitter and I will see if he's frozen or not. So I know what to do. That makes sense, right? Sometimes I use my brain. I'm a little logical. Let's see, am I live or he's live and he's frozen? Oh, it's just me. So we're gonna wait for HP to come back in. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. Shout out to everybody on YouTube and everybody on Twitter watching the NXT Recap Attitude Era podcast. We go live during the main event, and then we talk about what's happening during the main event, and then we talk about what happened during the show. And this show was a live show. It started hot, and it ended hot, and it set up a lot of things for next week. Next week's NXT show, it feels like it could be a PLE, but it's setting up for the debut on the CW, which is going to be a huge deal. WWE is moving NXT to the CW, and WWE is moving Smack Raw to Netflix. So WWE is moving and shaking, and this CW debut is going to be pretty cool and pretty special. He's back.
Yo, my internet was intermittent. You know what I'm saying?
It's all
And
good.
I
I was
don't
just
know.
talking and letting the people know that WWE is moving some shows and shifting around, and I wanted to get into the show, but I was waiting for you, bro. I wasn't gonna do that to you.
Ain't gonna hold you, bro.
I
I was
wasn't gonna
scared.
Marty Jannetty you. I wasn't gonna steal
I
all
had
the shine.
I had to check to make sure I paid my AT&T joint. Like, yo, did I forget something? This is what
I know
happens when
you
you
HP. I know
fail your
Vince
money in the
got
bank
you.
cash-ins.
You probably got your bills on auto pay. If I
They
know you.
are.
See, you
They are.
that's a different level of adulting.
I don't when I there's a certain date where I know all my money is spent for that date.
I don't know many people that got their bills on auto pay, but I was 100% sure you did. HP is he's an adult, people.
I thought most
I'm
people do that.
I'm
I
a,
don't
I'm
have
a
to ever
man
worry.
child. Chat, I know we're gonna get to this NXT show. How many of y'all got y'all bills on auto pay? Like on purpose. Not like, damn, Audible just took the money. I forgot to unsubscribe from my subscription auto pay. Like
Nah,
mortgage or
my
rent,
mortgage,
car note or car insurance,
car note,
student
car
loans,
insurance, my internet,
anything on
my
auto
electric.
pay. How many of y'all in this chat got y'all bills on auto pay? And if you do got your bills on auto pay, why don't you slide by the premium membership and Patreon and put that on auto pay, because we got that too. Let's get into the show, HP.
Hey, that's a fact. You got me. I'm like, I'm about to say what was the last thing that came, but yeah, I'm like,
I ain't got nothing on auto pay.
you can't believe that. I thought that's
And
what.
bruh, you know what the best and worst thing these companies could have done is give us the ability to freeze and lock our cards.
Nah, brother, I can't do it. Allstate, United Consumer, bang, bang, transfer
Hey,
loan,
y'all might
transfer
think I'm a
to.
Boy Scout. I'm definitely righteous, but hey, it's some ratchet in me too. D.R.G. Carter is righteous and ratchet. Ratchetness and
Bro,
righteous.
you know what happened when I was younger? I had a car repoed twice. Never again. I was homeless for like 2 months, and I was in the military homeless. So that hell no, absolutely not. I will
I
never
don't even
again.
know how that go together, but
Out the trunk of your car that they look
shout
in the
out to
repo, and you
you
got
for
to
being
move parking lot to parking
responsible
lot.
and having all your bills on auto pay. You are a different type of adult. But shout out to everybody who locked their cards at night because they don't want that auto draft to ruin. That's not how you want to start your day.
I
that
remember the
auto,
banks that had auto
hey,
draft. I used to have them, so I
that
get
auto
that
draft
negative
will ruin
100.
that auto draft will ruin your goddamn day.
Hey,
Now you got a
I used
whole
to
year
have that
worth of
shit.
Amazon Prime, but you were trying to figure out how you gonna pay the goddamn light bill. Let's get into this show, man.
Yeah, don't let me tell y'all about the cooler with the Lunchables in it, with all the lunch meat, and I had the candles. Yeah, I've been there. I ain't going back though. I promise
Good,
you.
man. You stay responsible, and I'm gonna stay dangerous.
All right, bet. But yeah, you're right. Let's get into the show. I'm bugging. I got to get my notes with the quotes that Archie
Oh,
hooked me up with
oh
because
yeah,
I
man. I'm
missed the
gonna let you
first 50
steer the
minutes. I had to
ship, man.
backtrack.
I'm gonna let you steer the ship, man. Because I mean, we could just talk about the high spots, really, on what's being set up.
Or
Hey,
because I was able to backtrack, and then when you said the
streaming
notes, now I
services
have
on
it in the
auto
order.
pay. I get that. Yeah. Daddy hunter like me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But that's interesting. That's an interesting topic, to be
I
honest.
didn't know people didn't put everything, brother, everything.
Look, I'm not saying that, you know, the money ain't there. I'm just saying you gonna
That's
get it
shit.
when I give it to you. That's how the Carters roll. You know what I'm saying?
I have Credit Karma. I got that account. I be checking my credit. I be
Oh yeah,
looking,
you the
and I
numbers
be
man. You the analytics man.
yeah, I be
You
yeah,
damn HP. You structure like that.
yeah. I had to be. I had like I said, I've been repo, bro. You know what it's like to walk out to your car and your kid's like, "Daddy, where your car?" So I'm like, "Oh, someone stole it." Quick thinking, right? But then your little daughter, she's grown now, but she like, "Well, I don't see no glass on the street. Bring your ass. Let's go." I don't know who even taught you to think like that. Whatever. And then let me tell you something. When you get your car repoed, you pay what you owe. You back behind 2 payments, 3 payments, you pay that. If they repo it again, you have to pay the entire amount of the loan. I ain't got that. If I had that, why the fuck do I gotta finance the car?
Look, King
I've been
HP
there.
is look, we ain't going back. Know what, I'm proud of
Mm-mm.
you. I'm proud of you. But that
That's
that
why I
that
put my wallet in my back left pocket. It never changes. I put it in a different pocket. I can't find my wallet. I walk around the house all day looking for that bitch.
that's a different
I'm that
level
structured.
of adulting, people. King HP is a grown up. It's grown man energy over there.
Now we got to get in the show for real, because my whole that little rat on the hamster wheel is gone.
It's Ashley's
Mhm.
fault. She come in here talking about she got the bills of the streaming services on auto pay. I was moving on.
Facts, facts, facts. Oh, Archie, you got a question right here. Bong. Wait, Archie don't wrestle. Archie works with a wrestler.
Oh no, I'm working on that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know what? HP working on it too.
I know. I've been doing
HP,
a slow
we're gonna get
workout.
into NXT. It's an organization down in Louisiana in the Baton Rouge, Denham Springs area called Pro Wrestling 225. And currently, I do a lot of the backstage interviews and segments and that type of action. I haven't been able to get in the ring. I'm actually nursing and recovering from 2 broken toes right now. And HP is about to get into some training because he got the genius idea that he wants to do an NXT tryout.
We're
And
gonna document that shit too.
we're gonna get my man in shape. He has a son who boxes on a high level, so they damn near got a gym in his house. See, when you put your bills on auto pay, you can have shit like a gym in your house. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling 225. It's actually great independent wrestling. Like these guys and girls give it a lot. So if you're ever in the Baton Rouge area, Louisiana area, New Orleans even, you only a good 50, 60 minutes away from Baton Rouge, Denham Springs, check out Pro Wrestling 225. The best in the indies in the Southeast going right now.
And
So
Ash, Miss Daddy Hunter, we see you. We gonna talk. We gonna talk. We gonna talk. But we can finally talk about NXT because
we
I am
20
so
minutes in and we
sidetracked.
ain't said a goddamn thing yet. But that's why we go through the main event. We kind of talked about the show, but show started. Let's get into it, HP.
Bet. Trick and Pete. I love this beef, and it came out of nowhere, and I wasn't a fan to start. Trick Williams and Pete Dunne.
They gave
I can't
Trick
say
Williams the one thing that Bailey needed, Cody Rhodes needed. They gave Trick Williams a heater.
he's got one.
And nobody would have thought it would have been Pete Dunne.
Hey, you ain't lying because I was not a fan. I wasn't a fan at first, and I think I said it
And
on air too.
just what they've been doing is crazy. So the show starts, Trick Williams opens the show. No, was it Pete Dunne
Yeah,
opened the show?
you're right.
Trick
So Trick
opened the
opened the
show,
show calling out Pete.
calling out Pete. Pete show up, Ethan talking. They just brawling. They fought like 4 times tonight. They brawled twice. Then Ava told him, get in the ring. They got this double disqualification in that match. Fought after the match. And now next week we get in Pete Dunne versus Trick Williams in a last man standing match. And if you don't know, Trick Williams put out a diss track dissing Pete Dunne. And he got legend in there. Jakara Jackson. Arsenal.
Tony D'Angelo in that
The
motherfucker
battle
stomping out the
rapper
newspaper.
Arsenal popped up in this video. So if you haven't seen it, it's
Preach.
on here. Huh?
Because I seen it when he was like I forgot what he said at the moment where he get a little pop up on, you know what I'm saying, on Shorty. I seen it. I was,
And
oh
I saw
shit.
him put his hands in some interesting places.
Hey, that's a better way to say it. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. And I'll leave it. And it was legend. It was
Some
legendary.
legendary ass smacking. This Attitude Era podcast. It was Trick Williams and Pete Dunne. They cooking last man standing match. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I have a question because fucking Pete Dunne is on that machine right now. Machine is doing great too, but I fear for Pete Dunne too because I feel like they're not. Because a lot of people have said on this podcast when you read the chats, when are they going to put the belt back on Trick? When are they going to put the belt back on Trick? So if that's the expectation, because the winner of that match, the next week takes on Ethan Page in a title match on the CW. So that could have been when they're going to put the title back on Trick, or do they put it on Pete Dunne,
I
or does
don't
Ethan
feel
Page
for
walk away?
Pete Dunne because I know Pete Dunne's career. I know his resume.
Nah, but I need him to get some big league shine, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
He
he's fucking on Raw giving Sheamus grade A matches that when he was a world champion, some people didn't do,
think
and he's
about what you
doing it.
said though. He's on Raw. They needed a heater. He just happened to be the one. He's the one for a reason.
He's in the
Pete
Intercontinental
Dunne,
title tournament.
Pete Dunne in NXT was fantastic. Pete Dunne was NXT UK. That was his company, him and Walter's company. So I
Yes,
know the resume. People might not know. I think when they put him in that butch spot and tied him to the Brawling Brutes,
he's
that hurt.
it,
It hurt.
yeah,
And now
yeah.
he's
There's no
finally
way.
he has to rebuild. He has to reintroduce the bruiserweight to people. And I think
Yeah,
this is going to
and
be
he's
the
done
thing
a
to do
great
with.
job.
So Trick Williams, Pete Dunne, last man standing match next week. Fire.
Let's not forget, since we're on the topic of Trick Dunne, I did say it, but I kind of misspoke. It's not a tournament. He's already qualified. He's in the fatal four-way for the Intercontinental #1 contender on Raw. Like, he already won his qualifying match. It's him, Jey Uso, um, Braun Strowman, and Ilya Dragunov.
And we
That's gonna
know
be a heater.
it's Jey Uso. It's Jey Uso, Braun Strowman.
Right, right. But I just want to see Pete Dunne start, like, the chants start to happen at the arenas where people are like, yo, I'm watching this man day after day, not just week after week, because he goes to NXT the next day and put on heater after
And he's
heater
been doing it.
after heater.
He's been doing it. But if you don't watch all 3 shows, you don't see it.
Right. That's
So
fair.
so after they fought and we talked to them, what we had HP.
Yo, Jada Parker gets in a fatal influence and they just get to talking trash, and then we get to the Rascals.
I like girls. I like when girls talking trash. I like nasty, catty, chatty girl just mess. I like when they spilling tea and just insulting each other because it's a little different. It's a little different, but yeah,
I ain't mad at you for that.
Jada Parker had a match later. We saw coming on the show, but the Rascals. Interesting what's going on with the Rascals. They are now the #1 contenders for the NXT Tag Team Champions. They beat Gallus and Hank and Tank tonight in like a 3-man tag match. It was 3-team tag match. I don't even know what to call it. A triple threat tag match.
Triple threat tag.
And the Rascals, they heating up in NXT right now.
And they was talking a little shit too, because they was like, are y'all two on the same page? And Buddy had the response like, oh, yeah, speak for yourself, mister. I got a singles title or some, They're not only heating up in NXT, NXT might be the hottest brand out of the 3.
Because I knew Wesley
major
was
WWE.
winning Sunday. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. We all had a matter of fact. I think everyone picked Wesley.
He's probably going to
That did not
cost him
happen.
that title, but if NXT's doing some interesting things, because later in the show, Jordan Grace says she's doing an open challenge for the TNA title on NXT. So
Is that going to be next week or the week after?
We're going to see the TNA women's title on NXT and possibly the Rascals taking NXT tag gold back to TNA.
Archer, I think you just said it without saying it. I think there's going to be a switch of titles. I think
Vince
the
McMahon
TNA
is
women
rolling over in his sex room right now.
I think that title gonna come over here, and I think the Rascals gonna take that one over there. So this way, because we haven't seen that before in WWE.
I don't see who's going to answer the Jordan Grace challenge is the question.
Stephanie the Cure has yet to make a TV appearance.
And we got Julia tonight, but we'll see. So your new #1 contenders for the NXT Tag Team Champions are the Rascals. Who would have thought?
There's some shit going on in this motherfucker. Shawn Michaels
It's
out
some
here.
furniture moving. So what else we had after that, HP?
Axiom Fraser interview. Lexis King comes to the ring, and then you got Trick. So I missed the Lexus King interview. I can't hold you. I saw it, and then people wanted to talk about my first day at the place. So I was like, all right,
Nah,
boom. I got treated.
he just hamming it up. Nothing really spectacular being said.
I just wish he went by the Pillman name. Can we have him do that? I
Brian
know he
Pillman
doesn't want. A lot of
Jr.
these.
That
What happened?
I said Brian Pillman Jr. is a hard name. Like, why wouldn't you do that?
I get it. A lot of these people like they want to get out their parents' shadow because it's like, well, he was flying Brian.
But
You're
he
gonna make
was
me do
Brian
his
Pillman
style.
Jr. in AEW. Why not just, unless he was trying to shape that whole AEW thing? Because recently we saw in this media scrum, somebody asked Jade Cargill about AEW, and she said, "I'm tired of
Shinobi, you're funny.
answering AEW questions. I'm glad I came from there, but I'm here now. I'm tired of answering AEW questions." And y'all asking these questions in these media scrums, some of y'all just stupid. Because a week before, the guy asked Mercedes Moné, "What did she learn about being divorced?" Fam, what that got to do with wrestling?
You know what I've noticed? I think they're treating this like real sports. Like, you know, when you go to a sports, like they'll ask
Mofos is
LeBron
too
anything.
comfortable, but we need to be talking about what we talking about.
Nah,
Social media
nah.
makes us think we can speak on people's personal lives.
Yes, yes. And because it happens to athletes on a NFL, NBA, MLB level, UFC even, but a lot of times you gotta be careful who you ask questions. They don't
I wish
ask Mike
somebody
Tyson
would
them
ask
crazy
Tom
questions.
Brady about his divorce in after a game. That's not happening.
But who they don't ask them questions to? Mike motherfucking Tyson. Do you remember that motherfucker say, your mother belongs in a straitjacket? And Mike Tyson, he had just got out of prison.
Mike Tyson
Mike
said,
Tyson,
"I'm a, I'm a, I'm a,
I'm a,
I'm a
yeah, I'm a
make you
fuck
love
you to,
me.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm a
And then he
make
called
you
him the
love
F
me.
word that we don't,
Oh, I'm gonna eat your kids."
bro, bro.
Yeah, I just think
They
some of
they
these
they don't
people
fuck with
asking these
Mike.
questions, like if it's not sports related or about the event or current product, they should not be able to ask the questions.
I wonder, are these like real media then? Because real media is really dumb, and they do that all the time. So
Everybody's
now
trying to get the clicks. Everybody's trying to get the clickbait.
Fonzie,
I
you're
would
funny
say
as hell.
Vicious interview went viral because it was organic and it was a moment. Our Bret Hart interview went viral because it's organic and it's a moment. And if you haven't seen those two, go check them out. We
Yes.
didn't try to create any moments. We just had good conversation. People go to these events trying to get the moment. And that's what it just looks messy and it looks bad. But the Trick was talking and Pete Dunne attacked him again. This is like they like Peter Griffin and the chicken now. Like every time they see each other is on site. So
Hey, just for shits and giggles, I would never do a ladder match to start for a fucking tryout. Nah, bro.
a ladder
Nah.
match.
Yeah,
You ain't
that
coming to ladder HP?
it's not that. I need a real contract and compensation. I'm already a hurt. Like I can look great and do some work, but bro, I got Epsom salt. I be having the ice. I got a electric heat pack that I thought, you know what I'm saying? I gotta keep, you know what I'm saying? I look younger than I am. However the case, I
Yeah,
aged in dog
these
years.
broken
That was-
toes and foot is that had me down. For,
Bro, I broke my hip at 14.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
You seen that picture of me in the wheelchair? I like I forgot. Like, bro, most interesting man on the pod
Hey,
on the
that's what I
planet.
call him. So after Pete Dunne attacked Trick Williams for the second time, after they got into their squabble the second time, what we had HP.
Which is another fire moment. But we got Oramenta, which I don't care about with the Lex King thing. But we got Oba Femi talking to the family. Where are we
Lex
going with
King
this?
beat over Mensa, by the way. Yeah, the D'Angelo family was having a little meeting, and Oba Femi just crashed the party. And they said we ain't done with each other, so I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're still gonna run it back or what, but
I think well I gotta give buddy name Lorenzo. He beat the shit out of Lorenzo. He didn't squash him. It wasn't a squash match, but it was just like high impact. You can't take this. Your man's out there looking on, looking sad, like, bro, I don't think we can beat this motherfucker.
hold up.
That's
Daddy
what
Hunter
that's what that's what Tony
says,
D'Angelo looked like to me.
as people in the business, we're just that people. We deserve the privacy everyone else craves and wants and deserves such. Personal life is personal, work is work. Further proof, kayfabe. is dead.
Yeah, that's
I remember reading about when Ric Flair went to the hospital to visit. I think it was Magnum TA. He had to sneak in the hospital, like put coats over his head and sneak in the back door because they were protecting the business. The business ain't protected at all. Like, and now Bret Hart interview. Bret said him and Owen didn't speak for real. They stopped riding together.
We're gonna do it for real.
They stopped riding together for real. It wasn't no talking. Now it's that part of the business is yeah. I believe kayfabe is
Whataburger pictures. Hey, it's Whataburger pictures, bro.
I was pissed about that.
And that's why I had to say it because I know exactly what you would go. You knew exactly what I'm talking about. That Wyatt Six shit. I don't mind it, but I mind it. I do think it's fucked up to be asking Mercedes Moné about a divorce. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't never been through divorce. Some people don't give a fuck. Some people like, yo, that shit hurts. But what, like you said, what does that have to do with wrestling?
That's
Now,
like I
if she
remember
was,
the guy got mad at Rey Mysterio because he was in the airport and didn't want to take a picture. He didn't have his mask on. Like, you got to respect that. Like, you got to respect that.
that's so wild. That's wild. Like, if
Remember
you're
Rey
missing,
Mysterio in WCW, the Filthy Animals with the devil horns?
dog, you know what's funny? I hated Rey Mysterio.
He said he was all night. Man, the Filthy Animals was crazy in WWE. That
I
attitude.
hated Rey Mysterio in WCW. And I
What?
don't really have a good
Halloween
reason to
Havoc
hate.
97, Eddie and Ray?
Bro, I don't know why I hated that cruiserweight shit in WCW, but I like to watch the matches because
I
I like Dean
love the
Malenko
cruiserweights. Hoover
and
2,
I like Chris
Guerrero,
Jericho. And I just
Psychosis, the chairman, Lit
the
Parker.
Psychosis was dope. But
You
I
had
hated
Alex
Rey
Wright,
Mysterio.
Dean Malenko. Bro, Eddie
Yo, Alex
Guerrero.
Wright, where the fuck
Yeah,
did he go?
yeah, yeah.
Where
That whole
he was
cruiserweight,
German, wasn't he?
I think.
Because he was doing some wild shit.
That's who should have
But
came
he
out to
never came
Bash
to
and Berlin. What if he
WWE.
answered the open challenge at Bash and Berlin? That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy.
That's
I would have
Wonderkin.
loved it. I'm 42, Shinobi. I'm 42.
Yeah,
How
so
old
after
are
Boba Fett and them, had crashed the party, what we had HP.
Oh, you got this ride definitely was super tapped in, but not super tapped in. My brother saw Jericho. You had the where I just go Tatum Paxley, Rosemary with Wendy Chu. Don't like this, and the
Yeah,
reason why I don't,
it
because
don't
I
make
like
no
the
sense. Don't
characters.
make sense.
Why we gonna keep bringing any TNA stars over here to get beat? That's set 2 weeks in a row. Rosemary got beat, and she made her debut on
And
NXT
she's
last week.
not just anybody.
She
She's
can't get a
got
win.
a good resume. The Wendy Chu thing, I think they stumbled upon something. They kind of don't know what to do with it. And Lyra Valkyria popped up. Like, I thought more back and forth, more mental gymnastics.
And we can be friends again, and they hug, and I don't know what's going on there. If you're gonna bring, Tana Paxley made a funny statement where you could bring me up to your, I think she said your show, or you could bring me to Raw. I think she said that when they were standing in the locker room. She said one of those two things, and she was like, and then she was like, yeah, but we can.
I think there's a spot for
watch your
Tatum
back.
Paxley because of Shotzi Blackheart recovering from her injury. But even then with Shotzi, they had Shotzi looking kind of crazy. Like, her character was just kind of off the rails with no direction. So we'll see what happens. But Wendy Chu, she should be sleepy, and like her thing is, I'm putting everybody to sleep.
I mean, but she has been doing that.
She's kind of a dark character. Her thing should be, Kalani, your light is too bright. I got to cut the light off so we can sleep. Because Kalani's ultra baby face. She's bright. Look, y'all, light is too bright. I need to cut the light off so we can go to sleep.
I like that.
Yeah, let's go to sleep.
I like that. That kind of does. I like that a little bit more than what we got going on right now.
The playing with dolls and things is not original, because what was Alexa Bliss doing? Playing with that fucking doll.
Yeah. We trying to sleep. But since you don't want me to go to sleep, I'll put you to sleep.
Your light is too bright. Cut the lights out. Like, yeah. I think that'll work. I told y'all numerous times I've tried to work in the WWE. they not, you know what I'm saying, they ain't hit me back. That's why I'm at Pro
I
Wrestling
used to,
225. You know what I'm saying? We got some meat. So what we had after that, HP?
blah 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 blah. You already talked about Jordan Grace promo and the TNA Open Challenge, so that was that. Then we finally got the match we've been waiting for and talking about, which was Pete and Trick. High,
Double count out.
hard hitting.
Went through the table. Got double
Yeah,
counted out. After the count out, they start fighting again.
and
The
I'm
third
shout out to Abel
squabble of
from.
the night. This is the third squabble.
I'm feeling a no last man standing between these two. My problem is, do not make like when AJ Styles fought Cody. I felt that ending was weak. Him being like, okay.
Oh yeah, see.
Don't make someone look weak to make someone look strong. You know what I mean? I'd rather him just pass out from pure pain, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like something you just beat this man till he couldn't. Hey man, it's done. It's done. It's done. You injured him or something. You know what I mean? And
Well,
be
we just
kayfabe and
saw
all that.
a pass out happen with who was it? Was it Gunther?
Drew,
Yeah, like
but then he unpassed out and finished him. Like the
no,
fuck
no,
we
no, no,
doing?
no. It was a match that finished, and we was like, they didn't even do the arm.
Oh, let me go back to my notes because that did happen in a strap match where Drew did pass out.
But
All you didn't do
this
was
was
tap.
like was it
This
Gunther?
is
Who did Gunther wrestle just now?
Randy Orton, but it wasn't
Yeah,
him.
he choked Randy Orton out.
Nah, but we said, but because we were talking during it, he said they didn't do the arm. I
It
think
was
it was on
Randy.
Monday. Nah, who? It was Randy. It was Randy, y'all.
I think
Oh
Gunther
damn,
choked. He choked somebody out recently. Well, again,
man,
the point is they didn't do the whole only just kind of passed out thing. But so that match ended in a double disqualification, and then we moved on to what we had next. HP.
that's when we got that Ridge Holland promo and why he fucking abandoned Chase U. You know what I mean? Because he tired of telling these motherfuckers, and they don't listen. They don't win the big matches, which something he had to bring up. Then he wins the big match, but then he loses it. He ain't get pinned. Yo, he tired of them motherfuckers. Rich
He's
Holland
got
tired.
that big E stain on his jacket, and that's going to ride with him forever.
No, I like Ridge Holland. I don't. NXT, he looks great. I don't know if he's main roster.
No, 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 no. They tried it already.
Yeah, but can you bring him back? I think you can. I think some people can come back because they can outgrow NXT, but it's like, oh shit, you really didn't outgrow NXT because you're not the way we market you at NXT. NXT has a lot of people smaller in stature, size, physical size. When you get to that main roster, especially if you go to fucking Raw, Sheamus is there, Drew McIntyre is there, Bronson Reed is there, Braun Strowman is there, Braun Breaker is there, Randy Orton popped up there. He's 295. Like it's a lot of bigger
Roman Reigns
guys
and the
there.
Bloodline will be making their new home in January.
You know, don't send Ridge Holland because he looks very imposing. Only Obafemi, but I would prefer you sending the
He
SmackDown.
looks imposing, but you gotta have a personality, bro. It's kind of like going on a date with somebody you met. They got a banging body, look good, but
You
if
get the blind date.
they ain't got no personality, you just sitting there like
I've
you
had that.
stupid.
I've had that happen.
Yeah,
You know, hey, I even went on a blind date during a live. I don't want
literally,
to say because I think that shit was
literally,
described.
literally.
Literally.
So
And that person had one. I don't want to say it because
that's
I don't want.
that's
I don't
good.
want
What
to make.
happened after Reg Holland spoke his mind?
Then we got Javion Evans and Joe Coffey. Mr. Let's
Javion,
Get Bouncy.
it's a big win.
It is a big win. It bounced his ass right into that Heritage Cup match with Charlie Dempsey next week. I think
Yeah,
it's
Ren
next week.
Sinclair gave him a match. Ren Sinclair she's calling weird shots, but I like it.
I ain't mad. I
I
ain't
ain't
mad,
mad. I
brother.
ain't mad. So Javion Evans
Now,
beat Joe Coffey, which is a big win for him. He getting a Heritage Cup match next week, and that's gonna be should be good.
Vinny, what you mean you can't stand a boring baddie?
Who said that?
Vinny, let me put that on the screen. Vinny
A
over here talking. He
boring
can't stand a
baddie.
boring.
See, Vinny. That's why I rock with you, Vinny.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, as as one of the most interesting men on earth, it's if you are boring, that means you're almost vegetable like.
Bro, I don't want no
You're
boring baddie. I don't want no boring food. I don't want nothing boring. I want it to pop, have a little life, have a little personality. Have a personality. That'll get you further than things.
Shinobi, I'm way worse than you, bro. I
Oh
got
man,
the
hold up,
catfish
hold
out of
up.
me.
Time out. Flag on the play. Shinobi said I've been on a blind date with a catfish before. She turned out to be a whale.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you. Back when Black Planet was a thing, I was in Maine. The state
Hold
of
up.
Maine. Bath
Hold
Maine.
up. You took me back. What y'all know about College Club? What y'all know about Black Planet? What y'all know about did
No,
you know
I've
about
been
me?
in there. I've been out there.
Wait. Did you know about me Hente?
Yo, for Spanish, yo.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
oh
Yes, sir.
you might have been a 69 guy
Back
before
page and
Drake.
all of that.
You know about me
I
Hente.
remember when Craigslist, I can't give out these stories, bro. I think
Don't.
some of them I'm still liable to get in trouble.
Hey, and we've learned today with the recent news of your boy, I'm not saying his name, ain't no statute of limitation on none of this.
Ain't no statute of limitations.
It's just
I always
statutes
said I
of
fear
y'all
fame
in memory of.
because I was dogging motherfucker. I used to live in
I
Cali, bro.
remember my first time on Black Planet when I lied to a girl. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. The year had to be 2001, 2002. I'm fresh
Let
out
me
of,
see something.
look,
I'm
I'm
about to. I'm about
young.
to.
This young Archie. Man, I was lying to this girl, telling her I went to Florida State. I didn't know what I was lying for because I didn't know what the payoff was going to be. I was still a virgin. Like, I don't know what I was doing, but I was just,
Hey, what the fuck were you doing?
I
Hold
don't
on,
know.
time out. We got a flag on the play. You was in
I,
that date. How old were you?
in the early 2000s, I was fresh out of high school. Fresh.
Yeah, early to that. I graduated in 2000.
I ain't even had no beard or nothing. Like, I
I ain't no
was,
beard either. I was big. If I shave this shit off, I swear to God, I
had to
look
be
like I'm 29,
2001. So,
28.
yeah, I was,
If I don't
and I'm
already
right
look, I
behind
think I
you.
look like
So,
35. I'm
I
about
don't
to
know what
put
I was
something
doing with
on
that
this
girl.
screen. What?
And I remember my first time getting catfished. Hey, you
With
know
your
about
traumatic.
Vibe Line? Was you on the Vibe Line?
I was not on Bible.
Okay. You ain't
I was
as
not on
freaky as
Bible.
I thought. Hey,
Bro,
this
I don't know,
Attitude Ever
cause
podcast for y'all who don't know, we start with wrestling, but we never know where we're gonna end. Like
we never know where
last
we're gonna
night
end
might
up.
be our best piece of content we had, and it was damn near fisticuffs and furniture moving because HP and DNA
Oh,
decided to be on some bullshit last night. And if you don't know what they're talking about, go watch the Monday Night Raw recap because they was bugging.
good
They was
sir.
my
We
man
was not on the bullshit.
what's my man in Men in Black? I don't want sugar water. They was bugging like that because he was a big bug.
Edgar, you want a brand new Edgar suit?
Water, sugar water. HP's the movie guy, by the way. He has a whole channel dedicated to movies and content and Marvel and all that. So yeah, so I don't even know where we at in the show, man. Where we at in the show, man?
Oh shit! I done took my notes down trying to find this picture. Since you want to talk about people lying, I was about to put up a lie. I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't even
If
gonna do
we
it.
did a channel, but I have so many date fails, catfish stories. The best I can do now is probably hatfish you, but I ain't hiding nothing. I just wear my hats based on the
So don't
show.
do that.
Yellow
Don't do
for
that. Don't do that.
NXT.
There's a reason I don't take my wave cap off,
Oh
even though I
no.
have a
Oh, hey, if I didn't have a beard, son, I would look like Earthworm Jim. So I'm glad I could grow a beard. Um, but yeah, the hat. Oh, I'm perfectly fine with this. I have no issues with the baldy. I'm in the come on home club. I just had to come on home. But the hats are, yellow for NXT, red for Raw. I do the gray for SmackDown. So yeah, but yeah, don't come for me in the chat because y'all be on my head top.
You better be lucky Zell ain't in there. Zell always
He's gonna
comes for
pop
you,
up. He's gonna pop
bro.
up.
Where the
Zell's like Joe Hendry. You say his name and he appears. And we able to call
bro,
out the
did you
names of these
see
people because
this shit? It's heated. Oh, it's also Saucy was in there yesterday. Hold
Oh,
on.
last night
Oh my god. Yeah.
that was heated. I need y'all to do a proper debate. They was. Where do you stand on that awesome sauce? We ain't gonna get deep into it, but you type the name, and then we'll know. Is it John Cena or Hulk Hogan? And that's your pick. And we're gonna get back into it another day. Where we at in the show, HP?
I don't know. But Miss Ashley coming for you right now.
Hey, look, I was about 25. I went to the barber one day.
I ain't
They
gonna
cut
put
that.
up all of them. Just read the chat. I ain't even gonna put up all of them.
They cut
Damn.
it off, and it didn't grow back. So
Let me put them notes back up.
see,
Holy
I'm gonna
shit.
start wearing do rags like HP.
Bruh. But I got a normal size. But I've always been
You got hair
very,
though.
yeah.
Yeah. So shout
Yeah.
out to all the
But I've
men that
always
still
been
got their.
self-conscious.
If you still got your hair after 30, you're doing pretty good.
I ain't gonna hold you too. Like, as cocky as I am, like it's very hard to knock me off a pivot. I'm very self-conscious.
Of your hair,
And if you
or
uh,
just in
on
general.
everything, on everything,
Wow.
everything. But the funniest part is if you hit a nerve, I will just throw more cocky shit at you. Like you'll have to be the exact same version of me to finally like bury me to where I'm like I break. But
She
I
said, "Where the
after my
fuck your
divorce,
hairline go, Archie?"
after after my divorce, I said I was never gonna let someone break me again. Ever.
Oh, you Beyonce.
Ever.
You won't break my soul. He not Beyonce. He Beyonce.
He Beyonce, but like that's I just won't let it ever happen. Because people fuck that. I'm a lick.
DNA.
I'm
I don't
lit.
know what you just walked in on, but we're glad you're here.
This is definitely not NXT talk, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry,
Yes, sir.
it's in the cup, buddy.
You know today was the first day.
He's celebrating,
He was
I am
celebrating
celebrating. I took
yesterday
myself out to
too.
dinner. I took
huh?
myself out to a nice joint. Had me a nice steak dinner sprinkled with a little gorgonzola. I had the asparagus and spinach because I don't like to do the extra because I'm trying to get myself back in a decent shape.
You put cheese on your steak?
Gorgonzola specifically. Only on once in a blue moon.
I've never
Yes.
heard of that.
I haven't either until I went to this Italian spot that offered it as a side topping to the steak.
Okay, so since we on the matter, why was you drinking yesterday?
Because yesterday I was looking forward to my first day. And so therefore it was my last free day.
He was pre-gaming.
I
Jerry
was
just
yeah,
started
exactly.
a new adventure and a new chapter in his life, and so he's celebrating him. Just celebrate yourself, HP man,
I
but but
mean,
but drink responsibly. DNA,
ain't
you
got to
missed
go
it.
nowhere.
I don't know how much of the show you caught, but we got Trick Williams, Pete Dunne next week, last man standing. They fought 4 times tonight, all over the arena, brawling. Your man dropped a diss record. Like, what's going on with your man, DNA?
I'm the realist, PD. Yeah. He got busy. I was rocking with it. Shout out to Trick, man. Finding new
What's
ways to
funny,
be creative.
I'm not gonna say anything negative. I'll say this. You said something about it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. And it did it. Like it did it. I've seen the comments because I go through comments. I read 'em.
I
I'm
seen
like,
the
yo,
PD
is that how
challenge.
they feel?
I
They
seen the
positive as a
t-shirts.
motherfucker on them comments. Fire emojis, this, that, and this. And guess what?
You
As
know what
much as I could be negative, it started being catchy. So I'm at my new place, and we got a guy named Petey or Pete. And you know what I had to tell him today? I'm the realist, Petey. And I was like, fuck,
yeah, he's
why
not
I
a
did that. And why I did it. So now I'm like, damn, that shit is in my head.
And
So
that whole "you a butch," like, bro,
he did what he was supposed to do.
it
It don't
worked.
matter how you feel about it. That shit
It worked.
catchy. It go. Shout out to Trick Williams. You know what I mean? Subliminally getting fans because he
No,
did
it
what
ain't
he's supposed to do.
subliminal. It's It ain't subliminal. It's in
It's
your
not
face.
subliminal.
And
But I didn't like the song. I didn't like it. But guess who? How the fuck did I end up singing it? You know what I'm saying? The opportunity came. I quoted it. I started doing it. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like,
I
played it when I
almost
got
did the
my car.
PD challenge, then I realized I can't
I,
dance. So
that's why I want to do it. I could dance a little bit, but I ain't Chris Brown. I ain't JC.
hey.
So we
I'm the realest, Speedy.
Yeah, so that
on our
happened.
makings.
What up? The show we were talking about Ridge
Oh, don't
Holland.
forget about Miss Parker.
Oh, Jada Parker, man.
Jada Parker, whoop that butch.
Jasmine
How do you like
Nix.
her?
I believe it was Jasmine Nix. Oh, whoop that butch. They definitely gonna be chanting that. Whoop
Oh
that.
yeah, facts, facts. But I think with Jasmine and Jada, where does Jada go? You took the L. Is she
That's
gonna?
2L. No, Jada won.
No, she won tonight, but last night or the night
Yeah, she
before
lost.
last,
She lost. She
yeah,
lost the
she
title
lost
shot.
the
It's her
NXT.
first title shot. We got to remember Jada Parker's still new to this.
She is.
She's just ahead of where you would think she would be. But as long as she's tied to OTM, I don't see her really having any single success because she's tied to that faction. But Jada Parker is she's heading in the right direction. I would rather see a Jada Parker Bianca Belair team versus Jada and Bianca and Jade.
Say that. Hold on. Say that again. You'd rather see Jada and who?
Bianca.
I think their personalities are perfectly meshed.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And Jada will add
Perfect.
something to the match.
Yes. Yes.
Because
And
Naomi,
still
for
be
some
learning.
reason, Naomi doesn't gel with this thing. And then Bianca and Jade is just, they
I
kind
think
of
he
connect.
gels with all that TikTok promo. I think they gel, but like in ring, I'm like, you're totally different. You're
Jada and
totally
Bianca are very similar. Jada is who Bianca was in NXT. Bianca was a heel.
different. It's interesting talk, brother. Interesting
Not
talk.
bad for somebody without a hairline, ain't it? See,
I,
they
holy shit. Oh my god. Yo, Jada should at least get the North American title belt soon. I don't know, because Kalani seemed like she got a stranglehold on that motherfucker. She's beating top-notch competitors.
and they had her in the back in front of everybody. Like she was the spotlight and center of attention tonight.
Yeah. So NXT also has a good way of like passing the bag.
They've made
So
that North American title mean something in a month.
remember we called out the winner who we thought predictions when they first introduced the women's North American belt. And then you know what I'm saying? So to watch it now, and we asked the question, I think it was the other night or so. Who do you think is gonna lose their North American championship first? Kalani Jordan or Obafemi?
That's a good question. But I think
Because
that's
they're
the end of
both
the
doing
show,
a lot
wasn't
of
it? It
defenses.
was Jada, then we got to what was after Jada Parker's match?
It was the Roxanne
The
talk.
Roxanne
And we were
promo. Yeah, and
it
that
was
was the show. We
yeah.
came on with the Roxanne promo. Julia showed up. She said CW. So I think in 2 weeks we getting Julia versus Roxanne Perez. But
And then Ethan Page,
next week we got the TNA Jordan Grace Open Challenge. Javion Evans is getting his Heritage Cup shot.
Heritage Cup,
We got Trick
Trick Williams.
Williams, Pete Dunne, Last Man Standing, and the Rascals, TNA Tag Team Rascals are the #1 contenders for the NXT title. It's a lot going on in
Shawn Michaels is cooking down in that motherfucker, boy.
that's Chef
He ain't playing
Michaels.
no
That's Chef
fucking game.
Michaels right
Chef
now.
Michaels. God damn. That and it's not just a bunch of bullshit matches. Them bitches be top tier every time out. I just mad they don't get the numbers, but I get it. It's Tuesday night. Most people don't know about NXT, but I feel like they should do better promotion on Raw and SmackDown.
I think the numbers are going to increase once because Julia brings a different set of eyes, and so does
Yep.
Stephanie.
Yep. And we don't know where she's going, but I think she's gonna go there. But we ain't seen her. But when we do,
They both are stopping
yep.
by NXT. Plus the TNA eyes. I think the ratings are going to take a jump. One week is going to be a rating that come back that nobody's going to believe, and it's going to be because of all that.
Fonzie Fields, bro. These chats is the best shit on television, bro. I'm telling you. You can't make this up. The hairline don't make the man. The man makes the hairline.
Hey, put it on a t-shirt. That's right.
Yeah, you just gave $1 million with the game right there. But you're right. That was the show. But I do have questions. Going to the CW, do we get another draft
For
before the
what?
before the Netflix deal to bring some of these NXT guys up?
No, because even in the draft, they only bring up like 2 to 3 people. It's not like we get an influx. It's not like when the Nexus showed up, it was like 12 people. We get 2 or 3 people from NXT. Last time we got what? Indy Hartwell, Carmelo Hayes.
Hey, would you be okay if during the draft they had 3 brands represented and NXT every other round, like they redid the rounds almost like the NFL, right? So first, or let's say second, every even number round, let's say per se, NXT got to draft a superstar. Would you be okay with that?
Whatever your
So now
question
people are
is, the
going,
answer is no, because it won't last. The draft never lasts. Back in the G, when you
oh
got
yeah,
drafted somewhere, you was
I
there
look
to the
forward
next.
to the draft.
Now it's a few months, you somewhere, and then somebody pop. Like we just said, Pete Dunne wrestled 3 nights in a row. So
Yeah,
it doesn't stick. As long as it doesn't stick, that draft is meaningless.
Well,
But
now,
next week, I'm looking forward to that match. Pete Dunne, Trick Williams. That's gonna be amazing. Last man standing. Somebody needs to clear that song so he could come out to the realest.
who y'all got?
yo,
I think DNA need to fly to Orlando and walk Trick to the ring, rapping the realest.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
honestly think it'll be like this. We kept talking about Trick getting the title back. The winner of this fights Ethan Page on the CW. I think Trick Williams does get the win.
It gotta be
Then he
Trick.
goes on this. Yeah, I think
He's
he goes
been
on.
so far removed from the title picture that this is how you get him back in it.
Yeah, and Pete Dunne, if
And
you
he
want to
never
pull
got
the
his
trigger on,
rematch. He never got his rematch.
but here's the kicker: Pete Dunne is in the Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way. So if you want to be on some last minute, they'll never see this coming.
Double
Give it to
gold.
Pete Dunne and let him go against Braun Breaker, and then you save Jay Uso
Now
for later.
you gotta move Jay Uso into the singles. You have to, just so Rikishi can sleep good at night. One night.
He's not going to win that belt. That's why
People,
it's like, why even do it?
you don't think
Let me
Jay
tell you
Uso
this.
could beat Braun Breaker?
No, and they better not do it because it's a waste.
Sami Zayn did
It's a
it.
waste. It's a waste. Yes, and that was a waste too. But here's why it's a waste. Everybody's expecting him to go back to the bloodline sooner than later, which means he's going back to SmackDown. 2, you got him involved with Rhea Ripley doing this stuff. He's kind of
Yeah, they
stale
went
right
off
now.
air. She did the whole thing around the arena, the Yeet thing.
Yeah,
So
he's kind of stale as far as storyline is concerned, right? So there's nothing bubbling. Braun Breaker is going like this right now. Why disrupt the momentum if you're gonna disrupt Braun Breaker's momentum, let someone else have momentum like this. So it's not really a come down for either one. Okay, someone looks strong losing, someone continues to go up. They have a trilogy. If Braun doesn't pick up the title, he goes back, but he runs back through people, and in 6 to 9 months, they go back at it again. That
they,
person will be Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne has been hot and getting hotter and hotter. If he goes up against Braun Breaker, talking about the brute, because Braun told fucking Jay, ain't nobody in your family ever beat mine. You know what Pete Dunne will tell that motherfucker? Hey, I don't give a fuck about your family. Can you
Cruiserweight.
fight? Can you fight? All that athleticism. Bro, man, that shit sell. And no one's
Cruiserweight.
gonna buy tickets for it. But when they see it, they're gonna go, "This is awesome." You know what I'm saying? And all those crazy chants. Holy shit!
Only thing
Holy
about
shit!
that is this is awesome. Is only going to be for a match, but that Jey Uso entrance is big
Oh
every
yeah,
time he comes
it
out.
is. Yeah, I ain't gonna.
His entrance has gotten bigger
Well, let me
than
ask
him.
you this: Who fought? Who fought in the Steiner family and the NY?
I want to say they had something with the Wild Samoans on one of those littler other leagues.
It had to be either Haku and him and the Steiners or something like that.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't see nobody like The Rock never crossed paths. Roman.
Because the only timeline it could be is Steiner's, maybe Ming, Haku, and that kind of thing. Unless it was I don't know. Because even then, the Steiners would have beaten the Steiners would have beaten any of them from that timeline.
Yeah.
Because what you had, Rosie. It wasn't like Roman Reigns and The Rock wasn't wrestling when the Steiners was wrestling.
Yeah.
No. But you did have the Wild Samoans.
Yeah,
the Wild Samoans at the end of their tour, tail end.
That's actually interesting that he said that.
I'm about to Google that shit for real. Because if you add in Haku and them, they do have, when they went to WCW, Ming, I do believe there is a match where Ming, who was Ming's partner over there?
I know who we could ask. Daddy Hunter Ashley, if you still in the chat, when did the Steiners ever wrestle anybody from the NOI family? I think you might know. Because I recently saw you hanging out with some people in the NOI family. So she may know.
Yeah, Oos. Hey, DNA ain't the only honorary Oos in this motherfucker.
Yeah, we know people too, DNA. You know what I'm saying?
But that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point for him to say that. But NXT was fire tonight. It's slowly becoming like the best weekly show.
Yeah, I do.
It was like this once before. It was one time before NXT was having the best weekly shows. During that Undisputed Era time, NXT was cooking. Before that, NXT was cooking. And think about the talent who came from NXT. We talking about them now. Seth Rollins. You got something.
Yeah. I gotta go back. They say WrestleMania 9. The Steiners tag team match, they would take on the Head Shrinkers. Steiners came out victorious. And then in various other promotions, they fought different members again. But the notable match, it says WrestleMania 9, 1993. Steiners, I'm about to pull that card and check that shit out.
The Steiners was in WWE?
They had like a 1.5 year, 2 year run. And remember, WrestleMania 9 was in Caesar's Palace when they wore togas and shit. And it was, I don't know, WWE was wilding for that, but it was
the Head Shrinkers
and
the Steiners was in the WWE at the same
time. Yeah, that was
when
Undertaker, Giant Gonzalez. You had Shawn Michaels, Tatanka. You had Brett and fuck. What else was on that card? Doink was on that card. I just can't remember who Doink fought.
9. That wasn't. When did Taker debut?
No, it wasn't his debut, but he fought Giant Gonzalez.
Taker debuted in 1990 at Survivor Series.
That's what I'm saying. I remember the Giant. I remember that suit. I can't. That suit was
ugly ass suit.
Damn.
I'm about to pull.
So that's it. So Brian Breaker got a point. I just didn't remember that they crossed paths in WWE. I would have thought WCW if anything.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I would have put my money on that too. But it did say also various other companies, and it didn't get too. I didn't want to keep searching and going down a rabbit hole.
Well, WWE, they count what they want to count. That's your title argument, and we don't need the rant, Jerry. We don't need it tonight. Not tonight. You gotta get up in the morning.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm good. If y'all good, then, because I forgot. Your boy done got a job and forgot about that shit.
Boy sauced up. He's ready to stay all night.
You better make sure you don't hit that snooze button tomorrow. You gonna be like Odyssey Jones, get fired on your day off. I ain't mean to say that.
If I get fired, you already know I'll be right back here with y'all.
I ain't mean to say that. Good night.
Good night,
We got anything else? HP, DNA? We tap up out of here.
Nah, I'm good, man. Just tell them to go check out that Bret Hart interview, Psycho Sid interview.
I saw Hulk Hogan was on Impulsive with Logan Paul talking crazy. Mm-hmm. And because Hogan was saying Bret Hart blames me for ending his career. So I get in the comments, of course, and I say, hey, you don't got to guess. He just said it on Attitude Era Podcast, and I dropped the link. So Hulk Hogan's talking crazy. If you want to know what Brett said about Hulk, he said it here a couple weeks ago. That's our podcast. Val Venus is talking crazy. We got a Val Venus interview as well. He said Sami Zayn or Gunther in Attitude Era wouldn't even be able to carry his bags.
That's crazy.
So
That's
we
crazy.
got an
I don't
interview
even
with
know if
Val
I believe it
Venus.
or not.
Check out the interview with Val Venus. What you got, HP? Because you be clowning in with the comments.
No, it ain't me. It's them. It ain't me. It's them. Which WWE diva would I marry? That's crazy.
Divas?
Jada Parker.
She wasn't a diva. Diva was a certain time.
Oh.
That's the butterfly belt.
Oh shit! I don't know.
No, Sable was a diva, right? I think Sable and Jacqueline.
They considered her a diva, I think, but she didn't have no diva belt. That didn't come till a little bit later.
Yeah.
I would have never. I mean, hey, shout out to Mark Merrow and Brock and all them. That's their taste. You know what I mean?
I used to like Stacy Keebler. She's a Nitro girl.
Yo, I need something. I need something I can shake.
Hold up, wait! You can't say that right now.
We don't shake. When you shake low, it's the hips and it's the joints. When you do this, that's getting arrested, brother. When your hands up here,
that's
not
how
even
you get removed from the Attitude Era roster page.
No. Yeah, don't. Hey. That's why they call love handles. You be like, damn, that shit.
I feel you. I mean, back then the divas, it wasn't. You gotta think about the divas. It wasn't that wasn't even a thing.
It was Jacqueline. Jacqueline was there. Molly Holly, Ivory.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Yeah. Trish Stratus, I guess. I don't even remember if they called her a diva because I think they started evolving more by that point. And then they made a Divas title, which was like regression. But they were really
Yeah, that era is that's a part of my brain I can't even access. I never was a fan of the Diva era.
But the Diva era starts the whole Paige, Saraya, AJ Lee, because they had that belt and they were really wrestling. So they were trying to break that whole stereotypical, you know what I'm saying? They weren't putting on no puppies matches and shit like that with the wet t-shirts and doing all that super crazy shit.
But Vince had them women in mud wrestling matches.
Jerry.
Vince was wild. Speaking of, the Vince McMahon documentary will be dropped in about 2 weeks. 6 1-hour episodes.
Hey, and we recapping them hoes. Every one of them motherfuckers. Just like we did the series. Who Killed WCW? We'll be back.
And WrestleMania 40. But I think that's all we got tonight. NXT. I'd give NXT a solid 8 tonight. Good show. Real good show.
7.5, 8. Sounds good to me.
Next week is going to be fire. Trick Williams has got the internet on fire. And we got an interview with Trick Williams right here on Attitude Era Podcast. So if you didn't know, check that out. You know what I'm saying? He hit. Him and DNA chopped it up. Nice little interview there. Again, we got the Val Venus interview. He going crazy. He went crazy on Attitude Era Podcast. Bret Hart, of course, and a whole lot. Just go through the playlist, man. Just go through the playlist. I guarantee, at one point in life, your favorite wrestler, whoever it was, we got an interview with him.
Good night.
That works.
So check it out. Oh, what?
Forgot. I think I
was good, because we about to go. We will see y'all Friday night for the SmackDown recap. Unless something happens again, hit the subscribe and notification button, because we went live yesterday about the Odyssey Jones situation, which we're still finding details about. So we ain't messy over here. We go live when things happen in the world of wrestling. So if you don't subscribe and hit the notification button, you don't know. So do that. And if you're on Instagram and Twitter, slide by YouTube, subscribe, and check out all the content and shows and everything we got going on Attitude Era Podcast. And I'm going to shut up. HP, look like you up to something.
Yeah, I'm ready to hit it. Ready?
Oh, all right. Peace.
This is DNA, and y'all checking out my show Top 5. You got a top 5? I got a top 5. But let's see whose top 5 is better. Good night. Good night.
Brr, it's cold food with the Archie Carter. A wrestling match, a return, a battle, something that you were looking forward to because you knew it was going to be hot. And when you got it, well, it wasn't. That's cold food, and I'm here to talk about it. It's cold food with the Archie Carter. Hey, waiter, this cold.
King HP, and here we're gonna look at wrestlers that couldn't get the job done. We're gonna look at it. Why didn't they win? What happened? And because it's near fall, we're gonna see if we can get them some gold. Remember, the referee's decision is final.